Oh, hello, you insouciant long pigs. It is I, your humble host, your purveyor of plastics. I'm of SG1, coming at you for another Transformers Transformation Review thingy. Yes, this time we're taking a look at the WFC Cybertron Siege Thrust. Yes, the reissue. Because this was a fucking Walgreens exclusive, and you could not fucking get these for love nor money. You know, it was fucking ridiculous. I'm not getting into that, but I hate exclusives, especially when it's core characters like these guys. I mean, having things like shattered glass version of this guy, or you know, like a 3-pack maybe, or you know, something like that. That you know, that the scalpers aren't going to rush out and buy. So people like me who just collect them because I think they're cool can't get hold of them, and if I want them, I've got to pay ridiculous kind of money. So I'm glad that Hasbro, in their infinite wisdom, thought, you know what, we best re-release these, and they have. Sorry, rant over. Anyway, so there is Thrust, and he's my favourite Seeker actually. I like Thrust a lot. And I was going to show you against the original one, but you don't really need to see it. It's up there. It's the G1, isn't it? But this is the Siege one. It's very nice. I do like this mould. One thing I don't like though is this section at the front. I mean, this is based off the Classics mould. This whole thing, you can stick your finger right in there. You know? The way these fit over there, I don't like either. So there are a few things that I don't like about the mould. But we are getting a new mould, aren't we? Just as I get these ones, we're getting a new mould for WFC Cybertron. For Studio Series, even. Yeah, although I just want to pick up every fingerprint in the universe, though. Yeah, as you can see there. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the sort of burgundy with the black works really well. One thing I don't like about this one is the Decepticon symbols are fucking tiny. Where you've got this massive space, you could put a bigger one on there. Let me bring in his Conehead brethren. We've got Dirge and we've got Ramjet there. And I tell you what, they do look really good together. But what I mean is, right, look how big the Decepticon symbols are for Dirge and Ramjet. I mean, they could have made that a little bit bigger by putting it there, but there you go. So they're pretty big. And then Thrusts are tiny. So I'm going to get some, I think I might have some the right size, actually. Toy Hacks ones. So I'll stick them on there to make it look a bit bigger and paint these out because they're just fucking ridiculously tiny. And I also want one on each nose cone as well. Let's just put them all. These are the ones I've got so far, the Seeker mode. So I've got these three. I've got... this is the Studio Series Starscream, but basically the same mould. And we have Cloud Cover. So they're the ones I've got at the moment. So, you know. So, yeah. Starscream, what are you doing in there? Get out. There we go. Sorry about that. I was gate crashed by Starscream there. So there he is in his jet mode. He's got some nice details. I do like the thrusters going in there. I do like the panel lines, although big Decepticon symbol. Look how tiny that is. That's ridiculous. You got some decent panel lines. Yeah, upside down. It's a robot folded up. You've got his guns, which is pretty cool. You've got the rear fins, which don't move, but you can actually take them out, though, he says. Come on. Well, it managed earlier when I was playing with it. I just got this today. So let's take him to robot mode, shall we? Let's. So, best thing to do is just take the guns off for now. Oh, before we do that, actually, he is blast compatible. So you got the guns, and then you can do this. You can pew pew all afternoon. I think they're a bit heavy, actually. We'll just take them ones off, and we'll put these ones on. Because one of my favourite sequences in all of G1 is the one from Megatron's Master Plan where the Coneheads attack the city. And then, you know, let's teach him the meaning of sorrow. That bit. And then, well, fell off. But they do fit in there. Anyway, let's take him to robot mode. Let's get these out of the way. So it's best to take the guns off. Like so. So you come to his feet. You've probably seen this done before, but we're going to do it again. So we'll just take off his feet like that, and like that, like that, like that. Pull these down. Now this whole section, when it separates on its own, disconnects here, here, and here, because it's actually been slightly remoulded as well. As you can see here, where the wings are, because they're slightly different, it's been all new remoulded, which is pretty nice, actually. Yes. So what you do is you disconnect the legs, so they disconnect from both there and there, as well as here. Pull them down, and then you've got these little pegs there that fit in these little ports here, and then you just fit them in like that, and that locks them in like that. And then you disconnect his legs, and then we have legs. And he does have Decepticon symbols on his tail fins there, which is very nice. So, into this position. I need a better stand, I tell you. Right, so, then we take this whole section, pull it out. Oh, actually, firstly we do is we pull the wings out, and then we just move them backwards. Now, pull these forward like that. Pull out his arms, like so. Rotate his fists down, like that. But then what you do is you grab this part of the forearm, rotate it up, rotate it out, like that. And then this little black section here sort of locks in place there. And then that whole section goes down like that. And yes, that's my dryer on in the background. I thought it'd finished, but I guess not. Rotate them around and rotate that in. Same as the first arm, like so. Then what you do is you get this section here, and then you disconnect it like that. Rotate this whole section around like that. Push it back in, and then you reach in there, and then everything should fit together, which it does. Get the head, which you can't see. Come on, there we are. Then you get this section here, and then you pull that down. And there we go. So then what we do is we straighten out the wings. Now I've got a bit to say on the wings actually. So, and then you give him his Seeker blasters, his arm cannons, and there is thrust in his robot mode, and he looks great. He looks. Hang on, what's going on there? Why won't you stand up straight? There. And he looks really cool. I do love Thrust. He's my favourite Seeker because you take the last two letters off my name, my last name, and it spells Thrust. And that's just coincidence. But yeah, he's cool. I do like him. Now, like I said, there's one thing I don't like about the wings. Now, I'll come to those first. Now, I don't usually do the things I dislike, but they're pointing the wrong way. They should be pointing down and hang off his legs, like in the cartoon. But you could do that, and it does make him look a little better, but still, it's wrong. And unfortunately, there's no way to correct it either, except this one's really loose. So you just have to sort of live with it. I mean, you can... So you're supposed to leave these up like that, and get these out of the way. And okay, well, what you doing now? Like that. They do rotate in and out as well, which is pretty nice. Now, you can rotate them down a little more. So you've got that look going on, but I would want to be able to flip them completely around, and you can't do it, unfortunately. But it is what it is, you know. But it's Thrust, isn't it? And he's cool. And I do like him a lot. So in terms of articulation then, let's look at his head first, actually. He's got a really nice head sculpt, and he's got the yellow eyes, which are correct for Thrust. Out of all the Decepticons in the cartoon, him and Laserbeak have yellow eyes, and it's never explained why. I guess in the cartoon, it was easier to colour him yellow because it differentiates from the red. I get it. But why only him and no one else? You know, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just a strange choice for the cartoon, that's all. Whenever all the Decepticons' eyes are red except for his. You know, which is pretty cool. Because in the comic book, they're all kinds of different colours. So there we go. So in terms of articulation, like all the other Seekers of this mould, his head will rotate 360 degrees, except mine is exceptionally stiff, so I can't get much purchase on it. And now I've moved it, I can't move it centre here. His arms rotate 360 degrees, but they are hindered by the kibble, but you can just move them out like that. They're on an in and out joint as well. You can rotate at the top of the bicep there. Nothing at the waist, but you can kick his leg forward. Back a little bit because he's hindered by this kibble. Up and down, you can bend at the knee if you don't disconnect his shin part. And you can bend at the knee. You can rotate his thigh out as well. You can swivel it at the top of the thigh. And his foot can go up and down. And mine is really stiff, but you can get an ankle tilt out of it as well. So you can get some really cool poses out of the Seeker mold. Except you can't turn the waist. The only other thing I would like is if another gun mount usually mount at the shoulders, but if it mounted here, you can rotate it around so you can have that look going on. So, but that's the one thing you can't do. But, you know, let's give him a cool pose. You know, and then bend his knee a little bit like that. And like that. And he can pew pew, a bang, all day, every day. Yes. Yeah, so he's pretty fucking cool, isn't he? I'm so glad I've got him, though. He's really nice. Apart from, like, the wings. But overall, though, I think it's a great figure. I mean, this Seeker mould is pretty cool, and I can't wait for the new ones. They're going to sell out like fucking crazy. I still need, out of this mould, though, I still need Thundercracker, Skywarp, who else? Is it the generic Seeker as well they did? G2, Ramjet, Sandstorm, and I think there was another one. I can't remember off the top of my head. So, well, let's bring in the other two and let's see what they look like all together. And here's how they look. Starscream, you're in the way again, and you've got all dressed up. We're not talking about you. Get out. Anyway, yeah. So there they are together, and they do look great together. I must admit, that's just a bit stuck up there. And so is that one, and so is that one. They do look really cool together, and I'm so glad I managed to pick him up. If you can get your hands on this guy, I think you should. Despite his failings, but you know, like I said, nothing's perfect in this world, is it? It's pretty close to being perfect. But yeah, I really, really, really like these guys. They are my favourites. I mean, I like the others too, but out of all six of them, I do like the Coneheads a lot better. They get more screen time, actually. They're in a lot more episodes. But yeah, they are pretty cool, I must admit. Alright, let's have a look at them all together. All the ones I've got together. And there they are all together, and they look really cool together. I can't wait to get the others. And eventually get them up on a shelf. Yeah, they're just having to live in storage at the moment. It's more on me, really, because I haven't got the room at the moment. So yeah, so that's me. That is Thrust. Thank you for watching this review. If you like what I do, hit like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to when I've got new videos out. Unfortunately, there's only going to be one this video this week. Just I've had a few family issues. Don't worry, it's all good. Nothing's bad. I've just not had time to do more than one video, really. So it's only one video this week. So thank you for watching. Big shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you. And for some reason, it's unsubscribed me from some, which is very strange. And if you were subscribed and you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Apparently, according to my analytics as well, about 40% of people watch my videos aren't subscribed. If you're not subscribed, I don't understand why you're not. Just hit subscribe. It takes 2 seconds. Have I said to subscribe enough yet? Also, check out my socials in the description below. Big shout out to all my Patreons. Thank you. And if you're positioned to help out the channel, you want to be part of the Patreon squad, again, check out the link in the description. I've got some cool rewards over there. And thank you. And I will catch you all very soon. Bye for now.
Unleashing the power, tearing through the night. Transformers in my hands, ready for the fight. With every single figure, I gear up to transform. Soundwave SG-1, bringing thunder in the storm. Watch me review, watch this channel ignite. Fusing metal and vision, let's take flight. Transform.